Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mary Sloan, and I am streaming from my Zoom room. And if you would like to join me in my Zoom room so that we can actually chat and get connected here, I would love to see you. Just go to Mary's Zoom room, all one word, maryszoomroom.com. Don't put anything in front of it because that's a redirect. That includes the link to my Zoom, and I'd love to see you here. But we're going to go live regardless because it is now time. And I do love to be at least timely, if not always 100% on time. I know how challenging it can be for some people to be on time. Anyway, today, as you know, I've set up this talk on your personal brand. And I have posted in the group, and I hope that you have seen it. And if you haven't yet seen it, please take the time to go watch it. And hopefully Danny will make it in here this time. And I want you to check out this YouTube video that I put up there. Facebook won't like me for using a YouTube video, but too bad. And if in fact you ever want to use a YouTube video on YouTube, on Facebook, and you don't want to get in Facebook's bad books. Oh, I wonder why she's having trouble getting in here. Oh, now we've got two people in there. Oh, we got, that's odd. She's joining twice. I gather that there's a little challenge here. Anyway, you can use the 4K video downloader. It's a free app. Just search for it. And it will take the things that Facebook doesn't like off your video. And you will be able to, in fact, have that video show. My goodness. I don't know, Danny. Rose. It shows you in the waiting room, and yet it shows you joining. I'm going to remove a couple of you. Hopefully, I'm going to maybe remove one more of you. I've never had trouble. Okay, I don't know. It's very odd. I have people join this room all the time for my live show. You may have seen it on my Facebook profile and or joined me. And yet this is being difficult. So sorry about that. I'm not sure why it's being difficult, but it seems to want to be difficult. So let's go on with branding. Okay. So I put up a video of Coca Cola's various brands. And so you can see that. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out about that, because there are definitely some lessons that we can learn, even though we have a personal brand and they have a commercial brand. And the one lesson that we really can learn is that even though a personal brand is quite different from a commercial brand, because your name is likely to be your brand. And I'm going to show you how I've used my name as my personal brand. But with Coca-Cola, clearly it's a commercial brand. So they have spent a lot of money branding Coca-Cola. But they have also spent a lot of money branding other drinks and even other things that Coca-Cola now offers. And even though they're all the same company, and the same commercial entity, they are very careful to choose their brands and make each of their different brands of drinks, of snacks, of whatever it is, appropriate. And then they know who to market to, because this is an enterprise that obviously makes a lot of money, and they spend a ton of money on advertising because they want to make more money. And that's why we use advertising. And hopefully we all get to use advertising that way. But the point I'm trying to make here is that they take those different drinks and snacks and they look at the audience that would be suitable for that. And they market to that audience. Because the big mistake that I see people making, and you'll hear it everywhere, every time I'm in a JV event, people tell me, oh, my audience is everybody. I can help everybody. Well, maybe, but the thing is that there is no everybody. It's like there's no nobody, there isn't an everybody. And so when you are marketing to everybody, you're also marketing to nobody, because nobody gets that it is them that is appropriate for what you are giving away or teaching them or helping them with through your brand. So every time you go to say, oh, I can help everybody, remember this Coke story, because Coca-Cola has enough money and you don't, that if they really wanted to advertise to everybody, and they do, but they advertise different brands to different segments of everybody. They have brands that appeal to the health conscious. And I'm just going to use these two examples because the health conscious would not be interested in Coca-Cola as the drink. And they wouldn't probably be interested in the health drinks that Coca-Cola markets if they in fact knew that there was a connection to Coca-Cola. Or they might not care. And they might see it as a positive because Coca-Cola has enough money that they can make whatever they market real high quality for whatever it is that they do. But those people that are drinking the health drinks that Coca-Cola makes are certainly and would be appalled at all the sugar that goes into a Coke. Something like 40 or 44 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm interested in my health. One of the other things I'm interested in is living as long and as healthy a life as I possibly can. And so I would be appalled at having to drink something with all that sugar, because what I've learned as part of the health studying that I've done is that sugar is one of the most diabolical products in the world. And as a matter of fact, people have said if sugar were discovered today instead of way back when, and by the time people figured out how bad it was for you, everybody was using it and they couldn't take it out of the market. But it would be a stage 1 drug. It's a terrible product. It's highly addictive, and it does terrible things to your body. So if you are interested in your health, and I hope everybody is, don't drink a lot of Coke. Make sure that you don't. And remember the lesson from Coca-Cola about branding for your audience. Because one of the most important things you can do is choose your audience. because that way you can craft your message so that that audience hears it. So my ideal audience are change makers, authors, speakers, coaches who are transforming people's lives. And I want to help them be able to do more of that. And so I'm creating a program to help them to be able to do more of that. But that's who I help. And yes, I could help other people, but that's not what I'm doing with the program that I'm offering. And I'm not trying to be all things to all people because I couldn't create a program that would work for everybody, because I know part of it is branding. And you have to brand and you have to clarify your message so what your brand hears is, oh, that's me. And so if you start out saying, my mission is to help everybody, they can't hear that because they don't know who that's for. What they do know is they're not everybody. They are a specific type of person and they do specific things. Maybe they're a mother, maybe they're a wife, maybe they're, people who are dealing with diabetes, maybe they're people who are dealing with other ailments, maybe they're people that are going through divorce, maybe it's people that are going through the change of life. Maybe it's people who are trying to figure out how to live on a pension that's inadequate. It doesn't matter, as long as you speak to that particular audience will perk up their ears and go, oh, that's for me. So that's what I want to talk about first, is why you need to choose your audience. And as a brand, you want a mission. And my mission is to help change makers, authors, speakers, coaches who are transforming lives to get branded so they can make the difference that they want to make in this world. Because without that branding, they're not going to get to make the difference that they want to make. And I know that there's a lot of wonderful people out there who really would like to get branded and make that difference. And that's my mission, is to help those people do that. And I know that all the people in my Facebook group fit that category because those are the people I've been inviting. And so that's really the big part of my message tonight. Now, as I said, your name is likely going to be your brand. And then what's going to set you apart up from your name, which already makes you pretty unique, there's not a lot of people out there. Although I want to tell you the story about my name because I did a lot of marketing in the past as Mary Sloan. And then somebody said, have you Googled yourself? And I went, nope. And I said, well, you should, because you're nowhere to be found. And I thought, oh, that's not good. So I Googled myself, and sure enough, I was nowhere to be found because a couple of people had chosen their niche, really got the word out, and they were showing up all over Google because they'd been marketing themselves seriously, and I hadn't been. So I've been more serious, and I changed it to Mary K. Sloan, K being my middle initial because my middle name is Kathleen. And so as you are branding your name, I'm inviting every one of you to check and see how apparent you are right now on Google. Like, just search for yourself and see how quickly you show up, because I showed up nowhere. I mean, like I was on, page 40 of search engine results. And that's not a good thing. And since I changed my name to Mary Kay Sloan and I've become more conscious, well, now I'm showing up on the first page because there's not a lot of Mary Kay Sloans. So when you're branding, even when you're branding with your own name, you want to be really careful about making sure that that name is brandable easily. Don't use it, like I said, add an initial, make it somewhat different, because you want to be able to stand out and you want to be easily found. So people who want to know more about you can find out more about you. And then, of course, be careful about putting up good content and what it is that you put up there, because people will search you. And so that's one of the things you need to know about branding as your personal brand. The other thing that you want as your personal brand, and as you get into the coaching world, is you want to establish yourself as a niche in some way, shape, or form. Choose your audience. And so I want to just share my screen with you because I set this up so I could show you in Canva. So you can see that here I am in Canva, and this is where I made my own brand. And you can see my name. I put the K in there. Establish your brand, grow your tribe, inspire others. So that's my tagline, because that's what I want to help others do. And if you've watched any of my live shows, the Inspirational Influencer News, you know that I really think our ability to inspire others is critical. So that's one of the things that I really want to help others become inspirational influencers so that we can change the world, because that's the way that the world got changed for the good. And we're in a great position to change the world. So if you need to know how to work in Canva, let me know. There's all kinds of great tutorials on my favorite YouTube view. And so you can learn almost anything you want to learn about Canva on YouTube view. That's my euphemism, because I use YouTube all the time to learn different things. Oh, I wonder how I can do that. Oh, go to YouTube. This whole thing about Chat GPT is coming out now. Well, Chat GPT, go to YouTube. You'll find out all kinds of stuff about Chat GPT. Is it useful? Can you use it? I found several uses for it, so I'm going to be using it a little bit and start to make it more useful. There's a couple of use cases that I saw using Chat GPT and Canva, and using Chat GPT and a video program. And so there's a lot of different things that you can use and learn from using YouTube and just searching for what it is that you'd like to learn, and how to use Canva and create your own brand here. And we'll be talking in the group, and I'll help people as you want to establish your brand identity and you want to create that tagline. Reach out. Let's talk about who your audience is, and then we'll figure out a tagline. Note that my tagline does not include my ideal audience. Taglines aren't meant to do that. They're supposed to say what you do for your audience. It's in your other marketing that you want to make sure that you identify your audience so that you can speak to them. And my audience will be spoken to as something that they want. They want to inspire others. So that I can help them do that and get that brand established and help them grow that tribe so they can make the difference they want to make in the world. I know that that will help them. So that's really how you can make your brand and how you can set that up easily. And Canva has all kinds of uh, uses that are absolutely free. So there's not even any charge. Yes, I have a paid account. I could have made my logo with a free account. It would have taken nothing because I wasn't using any of their images. And that's where, the charges come in. Sometimes if you want to use special images or fancy image, but it's really an inexpensive add-on. And I think I pay $10 maybe, and a month, and I love it because I can go there and I can make anything. I made the background here that you see for my Zoom. I've got another one that I've made for my show. So, this is all stuff that oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it choose your virtual background. So, I've got a couple up here because I do different things in Canva. So when I'm doing my show, I turn that on because that's what we're talking about that day. So it can be really useful and a great way to brand who you are and what you're doing. And the other thing that I really wanted to talk about is, really make sure that you know who that target audience is. And if you're struggling with that target audience, let's talk, because you are not stuck with that target audience. I was talking to Eco this morning on Messenger, who's a member of the group, and he has two target audiences. He knows his audience, but he wants to try and deal with two of them. And Eco and I have known one another for a while, so I'm going to talk about him. And he said he'd be here, so I thought I could talk about him, but I'm going to talk about him anyway, and I think he'll forgive me. But, I told him when I saw his audiences in Messenger, I said, choose one. And it's not forever. If he goes and gets Messenger going, hang on, I've got to go grab my phone because my husband is calling me. Hang on. Hello? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry, I knew we had an appointment tonight and he was calling me to tell me when he'd be here to pick me up so we could go to it. So I apologize. Anyway, going back to Eco and the two brands and the two audiences that he wanted to serve. So I told him, Eco, choose one for now. And choose one, and then all your marketing can match everything that you talk about, everything that you're doing can go out and serve that audience. Get that whole thing set up, get a great program going, really start to make a difference with them. And then if you want to add another audience and do something similar or something different or whatever with them, because they may have different interests or different needs, do that, add another one. But you can't try and do them all at once. I don't know about you, but I've been setting up my program that I'm bringing to market, and I'm going to offer you a chance to get a scholarship for it if you're interested. So reach out to me, and I'm going to tell you up front, it's a high ticket program, as I understand that you deserve the best. And I understand that when you invest in yourself, you deserve to invest in the very best. And I can't do that with a low price program. So what I can do is I can assure you that you will get the results that I promised. And it's a 5-month program. And what I am offering you is that we will build your brand. We will get you much more authority and credibility and start building your presence. And we will 2 to 10 times your current income. We'll look at that together and decide what would be appropriate, and we'll get to work on that. And I'm giving us 5 months to get that done. And I realize I may have to help people create a new program, and that's fine. I may have to help people create a brand, and that's totally fine. But if you'd like to have more information about that, and my promise is that you will get the result in that 5 months, or I'll continue to work with you until you get that result, provided that you're willing to work at it, because nothing comes without some work. And sometimes it's a matter of developing discipline. And I've been working on my own discipline, so I can help you work on yours. So you set up times that are actually committed to you working on your program, and or a marketing plan, or whatever it is that we need to do to make sure that you have a program that brings in the income that you want and allows you to make the difference that you want. So that's my little informational chat for tonight. I'm sorry nobody was able to join me here in Zoom. I hope next time you can. I make it really pretty easy, except I don't know why Danny, who tried to be here, couldn't get in. I know that she was trying. So hopefully she'll try again, and maybe next time we'll be successful. And in the meantime, I'll see you soon in the group. Leave me questions, leave me responses. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, tell me what else you'd like to know. And let's start having you become the inspirational influencer that you'd like to be and make the difference you want to make.